Okay, hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and there hasn't been any content on the channel in the past couple weeks. I will just say that school, life, and work got in the way, and personal interests also kind of got in the way. I'm trying to teach myself animation, and long story short, I'm gonna have to go back to these nice, chill reviews just to get content out, because I do still really like starting conversations here on YouTube. So with that little disclaimer out of the way, let's get into it and talk about Nendoroid Satoru Gojo from the anime series Jujutsu Kaisen. And this show is so popular. If you like anime in the last couple of years, you have to have heard about Jujutsu Kaisen. It even has a movie out right now as of this recording. I can go see it in my local theater. That's how popular it is, and it's only been around in terms of the anime for about a year and a half or 2 years. So pretty fast to get a movie release. As a prequel, I am really excited to go see it, and I think our boy Gojo here has quite a prominent role. Please no spoilers in the comments below. Taking a look at the box, and it's pretty boring. I mean, it's standard Nendoroid, it's what we're used to, but that's not to say that even this blue color might be a bit wrong for the character. When I think of Gojo, I think of this nice purple color here. But it is what it is, and let's get the figure open and talk about it. So this Nendoroid comes with quite a few parts, as you can see here, and I've already taken a look at this Nendoroid. I've had the time to put him into a few poses, and I am really impressed by this. This brings me back to old school Nendoroid love. Here you can see his long accessory sheet and instructions, I guess you call them. There's a lot to go over here in terms of all the parts and poses he can make, so let's just get into it. All right, and first impressions, the hair. It's hard to see with this purple light, so I'm gonna move it out of the way. There you go. You can get a better look at that blue shading all over the hair. It is just fantastic. It is beautiful. It's unique. I think the last all-white haired character I have is Kakashi from Naruto. So yes, another sensei with white hair. I guess his was gray, but he did have the blindfold going on, right? There's a lot of similarities between these two characters. But yes, this again looks fantastic. It is certainly eye-catching, and the rest of the body is well sculpted but not overly interesting. I mean, there's no other color except for his boots, which are nice black. It's all kind of a satin matte thing we got going on, but the hair again steals the show. Absolutely. This is so good. And to switch out his faces, this character comes with 3 facial expressions, but truthfully he technically comes with 6, because with this blindfold on him you didn't even know what kind of smile he had. This is pretty cocky, right? This is like a nice cocky smile. Let's bring that purple back in just for fun. So this is like a nice cocky smile, but then you take this off, right? And this is like a genuine full of glee smile. So I like to think that he comes with 6 expressions instead of 3. I love that. Getting to his second expression, and it is this Gojo face, which means that you're screwed if you see this and you're fighting him. But again, put that mask on there, and it looks pretty similar to the first one. Just kind of a super cool, super chill, super confident Sigma male. But then you take it off, right? And that's terrifying. I would not want to see that in the battle. Hell, I don't even want to see it now. So let's get on to the third expression. And the third expression is attached to this secondary headpiece. It's 2 hair pieces, but it's basically a second head, as we can see here. It also comes with that extra Nendoroid joint right there. We'll talk about the hair more in a sec, but let's get this expression on here. And like I was saying earlier, yeah, this is like a pensive, cute little guy. Still kind of cool though with the blindfold on. And I would say that out of all of these faces for Gojo, definitely the smiling ones are my personal favorite, especially when he has the blindfold on. It just kind of, I don't know, fits the character the most for me. But this face is great, and let's show it off with that other head sculpt, shall we? So let's take this off. And again, this is just so adorable and perfect for the character. Let me move that light so you can get a better look at the hair. Right? The blue shading, you can really see down here. Not as much on top of the head when compared to the other hair plate. You get nice subtle blue shading here, which I guess if his hair is up, it does translate to the top of the head. Not quite sure how that works, but still looks really great overall. And this overly expressive happy face, again, is just perfect for Gojo. Let's get the crazy face on, right? Gotta do it. Yeah, so this, when Gojo takes that blindfold off and lets his hair down and you get to see those beautiful blue eyes, you're super screwed. And if you haven't seen it, I'm not going to show it. There's something about senseis and showing their eyes where if that happens, you know, shit's about to go down. These eyes are really, really beautiful and stunning, and compared to the other faces, and like I was saying, all of his eyes stand out as being unique. These blue eyes are not the same as these, and these are really emotional, which I guess that's not a word I typically use for Nendoroids. They're just supposed to be cute, but this facial expression is full of emotion, at least like somewhat of a sorrowful or focused emotion, especially with the mouth kind of being open like that. This, I don't know, makes me feel a bit sad, which is interesting. Let's move on to his other accessories, and the first one I want to talk about actually isn't his hands or arms, because on top of the two different hair parts and the three expressions that are all wildly different from each other, you get a nice pair of shades that change all of the expressions all over again. To get these on, you just actually gently slide them on like so. You don't actually have to put them on before the front hair plate goes in. You're supposed to just, I can't do it on camera, obviously, but you're supposed to just slide these in. Okay, yeah, so you're supposed to just slide these on here. They are supposed to rest at the edge of his nose, similar to how he looks in the anime, especially in some of the shots, promotional images. But you can move them up to cover up his eyes if you want. So you're not stuck at this angled position. You can move them up. And again, this changes literally everything. He looks super cool. I'm sorry I'm laughing. He just kind of looks cute and dorky, but it's because it's a Nendoroid. But I really love these. He looks like he's straight out of the Matrix, which is just kind of funny. You could just like stick him next to Neo. Probably wouldn't question it, right? A Neo Matrix Nendoroids would be pretty cool. Anyway, so these glasses, a fantastic accessory, something small that they didn't really necessarily have to add, but they did. And it's definitely worth it. As a fan of the character, those are those crazy blue eyes, but as a fan of the character, it just makes me feel happy that there's so much care put into his Nendoroid, right? I don't feel like I need another version of it. I'm sure there will be one for the movie, of course, but this is already really great, and we're not even to the other accessories. I'm gonna keep moving because I feel like I'm rambling here. Because Gojo does come with a significant amount of arms and hands, so I'm just gonna throw him into some poses. I'll use all of the hands and arms, and we'll just talk about each of them as we go through it, right? And he also comes with a bent leg to get a little dynamic pose. Just one, would have loved two, but hey, compared to the recent Nendoroids we've been getting, one bent leg is more than enough. So in that top tray package, I'm going to start with this right arm and left arm. Apart from the straight arms that he comes packaged with, you get some really interesting and dynamic and just full of character arms. So this one right here, we got him maybe about to use some of his power. And then with this left arm, it is a super chill hand in the pocket pose. And this looks great. I mean, as a Nendoroid, you don't have to see a lot of ugly joints to get this pose. It looks super natural. It looks like it's supposed to look this way. And here we can see how that effect works, right? Super cool. And I would say underrated in how effective it is. I mean, as a Gojo figure, that's just so much praise, and as a Nendoroid, even more praise. So these are the first two arms. Now we're going to take a look at these bad boys, but first, before we get it on the figure, look at that intricate sculpt work happening right there. We have both of his cute, adorable, chubby Nendoroid hands coming together to make this pose, and it's just really, really cool. Getting this on, you can do it this way, where you put one arm first and then you attach both pieces afterwards. Like so. Alright, and here we have a very focused, very intense looking Gojo with that beautiful hand pose that we were talking about before, with his hair down so you know it's about to get real. And again, this is fantastic. This pose looks entirely purposeful. It looks like it was made this way. You put it up on the shelf, and yeah, it's gonna be just a really interesting looking figure, especially with the white hair and the character-specific hand pose. And let's talk about this little hand right here. I'm not Nihongo Jozu, but I will put it up what this is supposed to be. I don't know, to me it looks like Mochi. But again, I'm not Nihongo Jozu, so I'm gonna put it up right now what this is supposed to be. And here we have a cute little relaxed pose of Gojo offering you what he's eating. And if he's doing this, you have to accept, right? And again, nothing but praise here. We got this arm back here to show you what that looks like. It's nice and relaxed and calm, and he definitely has poses that aren't that, so the variety as well is really cool. And finally, in terms of arms, let's talk about these two arms, which come packaged under the first tray, so I assume they go together to make a certain pose. SHEE. Can't believe I just did that. Okay. God, I'm losing my mind. First episode back, and I'm losing my absolute mind. So not quite the ice in his veins, but definitely a very intense looking pose. These two arms do go together like I thought they do. I mean, honestly, you can get any kind of pose you want. The hands as well are interchangeable, so I could even do something like a very creepy Gojo offering you his food. That's terrifying, but the possibilities are endless is what I'm trying to say. You know, you could switch hands and switch faces and make it a lot more friendly. So yeah, overall, the amount of accessories that he comes with is amazing. I do have a few flaws. We'll get to it at the end, but let's lastly talk about his base. So last but certainly not least, the Jujutsu Kaisen Nendoroids have come with character-specific circular bases with only one port in here instead of all of the ports that the square one has. I love this feature. I wish more Nendoroids had this because unless it has an accessory to put into those ports, I'm not using more than one. So on a shelf, this also just looks way better. Here we got Gojo's eye wrap and then his hands right here. It just looks fantastic. It's a small thing, but there you go, right? I mean, there's no mistaking this for anything else but a fantastic, high-quality Jujutsu Kaisen figure. And that base, I think, sells it at the very end. Sorry, excuse me. I do have one con with this figure, and it is a kind of a big thing, honestly. He comes with no effect parts, and I know that his specific powers would be really hard to capture in Nendoroid form, but they could have at least done something similar with Yuji with his clear effect part in the back, something purple and explosive, and or even something that highlights the blue in his eyes. I don't know, I just feel like that's the only thing here that I wished was here. But at the end of the day, this is a phenomenal Nendoroid with a lot of parts, a lot of character, and just little accessories that add so much to the presence. If you like Jujutsu Kaisen, so far out of the two Nendoroids I've reviewed, to me, this one is the best out of Yuji and Gojo. Gojo is better. I'll keep that in mind when I review the other characters from the show that I have, but this is going to be really hard to beat. Anyway, that's the review. Hope you liked it. I know it's different. I know we're going back to how things used to be a little while ago, but I got to for my own mental well-being. Don't want to get burnt out again. Anyway, if you like this video, be sure to like, comment, or subscribe. Stay tuned for more content, and with that, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.